If you're on Wegovy or Zepbound and skipping meals because you're not hungry, you need to hear this. As a registered dietitian, I've helped hundreds of GLP-1 users fix this exact issue, and most were shocked to learn what skipping too many meals can actually do to your metabolism and your long-term results. In this video, I'll break down exactly what to eat when your appetite disappears. This is common for people on these medicines. And plus, one thing that you need to focus on to avoid muscle loss and keep your energy steady, because it all is interrelated. Now, you probably know this, but GLP-1s work by slowing digestion and reducing the hunger signals, which can feel amazing if you're struggling with overeating. And the ability of Wegovy, Zepbound, and these other GLP medicines to reduce food noise is amazing. And by food noise, what I mean is, and you may have noticed this, is you stop thinking about food because you're not as hungry. It's one of the biggest benefits that my clients report. And a lot of them, it's really keeping them on the medicine for longer periods of time because that food noise really is a big challenge. But not feeling hungry doesn't mean your body has everything it needs. You're like, oh, I'm not hungry, so I've got what I need. No, at rest, your body needs a certain number of calories to maintain activity. And if you want to get sciencey for a second, the term is called metabolic rate. And most of us just use the generic term. We just say your metabolism, right? And everybody wants to talk about metabolism and how do you boost it and how do you preserve it and all that. But that's what we're talking about. Your body needs a certain number of calories at rest. And when you're skipping meals consistently, it can put you in a severe calorie deficit. And it really depletes your energy stores and can cause muscle breakdown. Why? Because like I said, your body still requires calories. To get what it needs, it will start pulling from your muscle. And your body's pretty smart. If you're not feeding it what it needs, then it's going to get the calories, it's going to get the energy from somewhere. And the biggest resource that we have is our skeletal muscle. And so we'll start to lose that more than we should. And we don't want that. Losing too much muscle equals a slower metabolism, more fatigue, and worse weight regain if you stop the medicine. Your goal isn't just weight loss. And I think you probably realize this. It's healthy, sustainable fat loss. We really should be talking about fat loss and, making sure that we're not losing too much muscle. But here's a few strategies, because I know a lot of clients when they first come to me struggle with this when you're not hungry. The question is, should you eat when you're not hungry? The answer is kind of yes, you should. And so how do you do that? Number one is think smaller, frequent meals. Don't stress about the big ones and what you used to do. So focus on foods and meals that are easy to get down. And I don't know if you've had trouble with this before, but just a quick question. What's one food that you can always eat even when you're not hungry? Think about that and drop it in the comments, because I'm curious to know and others would love to know too. So number one, think smaller, frequent meals. Number two is, this is the big one too, liquid nutrition is your best friend. Smoothies with protein powder or a protein shake, ever how you like to make that, is a good option. For more savory options, you can try bone broth with protein. You can do some mini like egg bites or maybe some miso soup. Even edamame for some people work. Again, just mix it up, but figure out something small that you can eat. Cold options could be things like cottage cheese, string cheese, turkey roll-ups, or even some fruit could work with peanut butter. A lot of clients will do that. And just keep the fridge stocked with these grab-and-go bites. And don't overwhelm your stomach. I think that's really what gets people into trouble is eating too much. And that can be a challenge too. But if it's only been a few hours, it's okay to wait. But if you're going 6 to 8 plus hours with no energy, no fuel, repeatedly, that's where your problems really stack up. And then the third thing I want to just kind of talk about is planning your meals around your medicine, because the reality is, think about this, when you take your shot, whatever day you take your shot, within that first 24 to 48 hours, that medicine is at the highest dose. It's the highest strength. And as you go throughout the week, then it starts to, your hunger potentially will come back. So just know that the day before your shot and then the day of your shot, try to get in plenty of food, eat enough, making sure you're getting in plenty of protein. And what you need to do also is learn the signs. If you have low energy, poor concentration, you're lightheaded, those are all red flags. And a few bites of food can stabilize your system, even if you're not, even if it's not a full meal. That's okay. If and if this has helped clear things up around what to eat, so you're going to do smaller, more frequent meals. You're going to try liquid calories. You're going to plan your meals around the timing of your shot. And one of the things that you also want to make sure you're doing when you're eating these smaller meals is make sure there's some protein. If you want to learn all about protein, I created a video right here that talks you through how much protein you need and why it's important on your GLP-1 medicine. Talk to you soon.